welcome back. So today's video is going to be on the ColourPop eyeshadows. I'm going to show you a quick swatch of all of them, doing like a swirl method with my finger, a swipe, a pat, and applying them with different brushes just so you can see the color payout of them. At first I did find them a little tricky to find what my favorite method to apply them was, but once I got it down, there are some that I really enjoy. Well, after I put up this video, I did film this tutorial, my go-to work makeup look, so check back for that if you're interested in seeing them in use actually on my eyes. Boyfriend text. If you've seen my vanity tour, you'll know that I like to be pretty organized and I like to have all of my shadows in like easy grasp for myself, which I just put them in this container that's in my drawer just so they don't slide all around when I'm opening my drawer. Ones I do have is I have the Kathleen Lights palette that came with 4. I bought mittens individually, and then since I purchased during their 1-year birthday, I got Birthday Girl for free. If you watched my spring summer makeup haul, you will know that I really enjoy the matte shadows. The pearlized ones can be nice too, while I think the metallic ones are beautiful in pan, and when I swirl my finger and wipe them, I find them very difficult to work with. I do not get an opaque color payout, so to me they're like, what's the point? Again guys, this is just my own opinion. I know some of you are like diehard ColourPop, and there is nothing wrong with that because these shadows are $5 each, which is an awesome price. First, ColourPop is a fairly new company. They seem to be one of these social media companies, which is not a bad thing at all because I mean every brand needs to start somewhere and there is such a large presence on social media, why not? But they are a new company, a year old, and I don't think that a lot of people that are in the professional makeup industry outside of YouTube or Instagram know who ColourPop is. Again, not a bad thing. Everyone needs to start somewhere, just letting you know. These shadows do have a very unique formulation. I would describe them not as really wet, but as creamy. They're not like a loose pigment and they're not like my other pressed pigments. They are very different. They do each need to be housed in their own container or they will dry out because they are kind of like a whipped mousse, I guess I would call it. Kind of like, it reminds me of like what the whipped Philly cream cheese would be. Does that make sense? Anywho, in the Kathleen Lights palette, again, these come individually, but like in a box all together. You're gonna get Glow, which is a matte finish. You're going to get Cornelius, which this is actually my favorite one. This is a matte finish. You're going to get Kathleen Lights, which is a pearlized finish, and then you're going to get Blaze, which is a metallic. The metallic, again, are my least favorite formulation. And then I purchased Matte, which is a beautiful, warm, reddish kind of brown. Then Birthday Girl for free, which is kind of like a beautiful champagne color. Best application I have found for these is I swirl my MAC, don't mind this is dirty because I just used this, my MAC 217 natural hair brush in there, which is odd because for me, typically when I use a really pigmented or like a pressed pigment or a loose pigment, I typically like to use, or like kind of like a wetter foundation too, I typically like to use a synthetic brush like my MAC 242. But when I swipe this in there and I try to paint it on, I'm going to show you on my hand that I don't really get the color payout that I was expecting. But let's get right into this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a finger swirl swatch of each of these. I'm going to show you what it looks like when I wipe it on my hand. I'm also going to show you another finger swirl versus when I pat it on my hand. I'm going to show you natural hair and synthetic brushes as well to show you the application of how it goes on. I do find that these work best with a eyeshadow primer. I think that goes for all eyeshadows. I never put eyeshadow on my eye without a primer just because I do have hooded eyes that they will crease if I don't and it will transfer if I don't. So I will be putting some of that down as well to show you. First, let me put down some primer. This is my Urban Decay. Just gonna squeeze it on the back of my hand here. I'm just gonna rub that in. I'm going to start with the lightest and I'm gonna work my way to the most metallic. First up is from the Kathleen Lights palette. This is Glow, which is a matte shadow. So I'm going to swirl this in to show you. Here it is right here on my finger. Now I'm gonna show you when I swipe it on my hand. Here it is. Again, since I'm so fair, this is gonna be kind of hard for you guys to see on this certain color. This is something, again, here is another finger swirl. I'm gonna show you what it looks like if I were to dab it The dab is right here. So this is the swipe and this is the dab. I'm going to show you, make sure my brush is cleaned off in my color switch. On my MAC 242 brush, I'm going to swipe this in here. So remember, this was the swipe, this was the pat. I'm going to, again, depending on if you wipe them like this, I'm going to wipe it this way. That's this right here. You can't see it very well, right? And then I'm gonna swipe it this way, and then I'm gonna paint it down. So like, depending on if you were just trying to get it in the middle of your eyelid. I don't really see it with this brush. Again, this has to do with the color of this. I am pretty fair, so this is gonna be hard to see this on this. So next I'm gonna pick it up with a MAC 224. I'm going to give it a generous swirl. You see that? Picking up. And I'm going to swipe this on my hand, like if it was a transition color. Again, it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to take my MAC 217. And that makes it go onto me a little smoother. Again, guys, this is the color of my hand pretty much. So it doesn't have an excellent, it's not gonna show up really clear on my hand. Gonna wipe this off completely with a wipe. Let that dry. Next is the color I really like. This is Cornelius. That is named after her dog, I believe. So I have cleaned off my finger. This time I'm going to use my middle finger. I'm going to swipe this in there. If you see this right here, it's like a beautiful mid-tone warm brown. So right there, when I rub it on my hand, it's pretty. If I rub my finger in it and try to just pat it, this one right here, I don't see anything. It's not coming off like that. It's kind of still on my finger. If I take my MAC 242, make sure it's clean, and I swipe it in here, and I try to wipe it like this. To me, I don't see it. Pick up some more and let me try wiping it this way. I guess if I really like work, you can see it a little. Picking up my MAC 242 and swirling it around in here, I'm going to work that back and forth. And you do see it a little right there. Now the way I really like to use it is I'm going to pick up my MAC 217 and swirl it around in here and work it back and forth like that. That gives the best color payout. It's not patchy, it's not streaky. It just goes on very beautifully, I think. And again, that is what I have on my eyes right now, up in my crease. So the 217 is definitely the way to go for these. So guys, I can go through every color, but I don't really see the point of it. I started to, but I mean, they're all pretty much the same. It's just a different color, so it's gonna show up different on everybody's skin tone. So I will just show you the different finishes. I will show you this Pearlized finish. This is from, this is the Kathleen Lights from her palette again. It is a beautiful color in here. It's like a bronzy copper. It's beautiful. So swirling my finger in here, I mean, look at that. Can you see that? That like looks gorgeous, right? And when I swipe it on my hand, it's like, woo, that's pretty, right? Okay, so let me swirl my finger in it again, and I'm just gonna pat. Like, that's what I would do, honestly, for me on my eye. So if I just were to take this and pat this like this, this is the pat swatch of it. It's pretty, right? Because the Pearlized ones work well with that. Now I'm going to show you, if I pick it up on a 242 flat shader brush, make sure it's clean. Paint, paint, paint. You see I'm painting this on here hard. That's the color payout I get with the brush. Not the same. Let me try to get a little closer so you guys can see this. Can you see this? So this is the color payout you get with the brush. I don't think it's anywhere near the same. Like, again, the lights are picking it up because it's reflective, but it is nowhere near opaque like that. Let me try with a MAC 239 brush. Make sure it's clean off. Swipe it in there, getting a good amount, and I'm just gonna wipe it, okay? I'm wiping hard. Do you see how hard I'm wiping? That is it right there. Really nothing. Now look at all the color on my finger. A lot of the time when you pick up pigment like that, the reason it will look amazing on your finger is because you're swirling it in there. It's like when you put eyeshadow on your eye, are you ever swirling it? Normally no. Next, I will show you two metallics. This is one of the ones that I got for free, and I thought, holy crap, this is gorgeous. Now I'm gonna go back to my ring finger because this one's damp from wiping it off. So I'm going to swipe this in here. Beautiful color, huh? Look at my finger. Do you see that? It's gorgeous, right? Okay, so I'm gonna wipe this, just like full wipe. Here it is right next to the Kathleen Lights color. It's a really pretty color, right? Now I'm gonna swirl my finger in again, and I'm going to just tap it like I would the center of my eye, right here. Tap, 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 tap. You see it right here? Hardly, right? Hardly. Like, I tried to put this on the middle of my lid and it's just like random flecks of glitter. So let me clean my brush off again. Let me pick up my MAC 242 and swipe them in there, and let me swipe this on my hand. Swiping hard, okay. It doesn't, like, nothing is coming up at all. I've swirled my brush in a lot. It's right over here. You can't even see it, right? Now look, watch. Swipe, 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 swipe. Ooh, like chunks are coming down. Okay, so let me try it now. Okay, when I really wipe it hard, do you see that chunk that came out? I guess if you really like push, 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 push. Now that's hard. That was hard. I mean, I'm not gonna do that to my eyelid. Again, that's the metallic finish and why I don't care for those. And I'm gonna show you one more metallic because I did try it thinking, oh, you know, maybe it's just that one color. So this one is Blaze, that is out of the Kathleen Lights palette as well. Blaze is a gorgeous color. So let me swirl my finger in. Do you see that? Oh, so pretty, right? I'm gonna swipe it right below the Kathleen Lights color. There it is, right? I'm gonna swirl my finger in again, and I'm just going to try to pat it. If that's just what you were trying to do. Now I'm patting a lot. Okay, that's it if I pat. Now I'm going to show you picking it up with a MAC 242 brush. I'm gonna clean it off, swipe in here a lot, and I'm just going to paint that on. That is it right there. So you can see versus the finger swatches of how pigmented those are versus trying to put them on with a brush. Again, it is the formula of these guys. I can only judge them again based on the 6 colors that I own. I'm gonna wipe this off now. I'm going to pick up quite a few more of the matte shadows because I really do like these matte formulas. But given I'm using my 217 brush, I feel like it just spreads easier. It goes on really nice. When I've tried to use my MAC 224 in here, I hardly see any color. When I've really tried to swirl them in and get them on, it'll go on kind of patchy. But for some reason, the 217, the cuticle on this natural hair brush picks up the product, and as I'm swiping back and forth, it really places it and blends it in. So again, guys, these are just my opinions on them. I know I've been watching online and it seems like everybody loves these. I think I'm the only one that hasn't really liked or cared for the metallic ones. My 2 favorites are definitely the Cornelius and the Mittens. This is a beautiful color, and I've actually had a few questions on what was on my eyes in some of my videos, and I honestly just took a little bit of Cornelius as up in my transition, and then I'm taking some of the Mittens on that same 217 brush, and I've gone over just like really in my crease and all over my lid, and then I take one of, I think it's Showtime, one of the Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadows, and I just dab it in the middle of my eyelid, and it's a super quick, super easy look, and I really like it, and I get a lot of compliments on them. Again, these eyeshadows are $5, so you can't go wrong with picking a bunch up. I've just had some questions about how I like them, and so I want to be honest with you guys. So these two are a match made in heaven, the MAC 217 and the matte shadows. I really like those. I do like the pearlized ones too, but given my hooded eyes and things, I don't like too much shimmer. I mean, sometimes just a little, but I do have to play around with these a little more. Kathleen Lights is adorable. I like the colors that she picked for her collaboration with ColourPop. That's pretty much all I have to say about these. If you guys have any tips, maybe how you use them the best and that you like them, please let me know in the comment section down below. Hope this review has been helpful. If you guys have any other questions or comments or concerns, please let me know in the comment section down below. As always, everything I talk about will be linked in the description bar below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.